What is up, Kansas City Chiefs fans? It's your old friend IndyCar Timm here with the Kansas City Chiefs Daily Blitz right here on FanStream Sports. Welcome into FanStream Sports. Welcome into the Blitz. You can find us at fanstreamsports.com, the FanStream Sports mobile app, our YouTube channel, or anywhere where you get your podcasts on a regular basis. Well, Chiefs dispatch, I won't say easily, but without great difficulty, dispatched the Texans on Saturday afternoon. By the way, gotta love those Saturday afternoon NFL games, except for when they conflict with the new college football playoff. Now, that was a little awkward as the Chiefs game ending just as the Clemson-Texas round one game begins. We had, of course, the SMU Penn State game earlier in the day at 11 Central. It was great to watch, getting ready for some NFL football. Of course, the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Baltimore Ravens kicking off in the late game on Saturday. It's a fun thing when we've got all this football on Saturday and then it continues into Sunday and even on Monday here as we get into late December. Happy holidays, everybody, by the way, if we haven't said that to you already. But the Chiefs are one step closer to clinching that number one AFC seed as they beat Houston 27-19 on Saturday afternoon. The club is now 14-1 on the season with just 2 games remaining. The Chiefs played a pretty clean game on offense. They turned a pair of C.J. Stroud interceptions into 10 points. And despite suffering a high ankle sprain during last Sunday's victory over the Browns, Mahomes looked like he was ready to go. And he started the scoring off with a 15-yard touchdown run, capitalizing off of Stroud's first turnover. Mahomes also had a 12-yard scramble on that possession, showing that the ankle really wasn't causing him any issues. It certainly looked bad as he was coming off the field last week. But you know what? Patrick Mahomes has proven over and over again that he's kind of Superman. Injuries don't bother him. Even dislocated kneecaps don't bother him, as we've seen in the past. So he is what he is. He's a Texan. Don't forget, Texans are pretty tough from what I understand. So it is what it is. While the Texans took a 10-7 lead with a 33-yard field goal followed by a 10-yard touchdown from Stroud to Dalton Schultz, Kansas City grabbed the lead back for good with Kareem Hunt's 3-yard touchdown late in the second quarter. Harrison Butker connected on field goals of 44 and 27. And by the way, good to have Harrison Butker back in the fold, by the way. Xavier Worthy also had an 8-yard touchdown to round out the Chiefs' scoring. Houston tied the game early in the third with a 30-yard touchdown reception by Tank Dell, but after that play, or during that play probably, Dell suffered a serious knee injury on the catch. Fairbairn then missed the extra point to keep Kansas City ahead 17-16, and there's no question, at least in my mind, that long injury delay certainly affected Fairbairn on the extra point as Dell was down on the field for several minutes. They put an air cast on his leg. Catherine Tappan of NBC Sports reported that Dell was transported via ambulance to the University of Kansas Medical Center. It's a level 1 trauma center. He had his entire left leg placed in a vacuum splint before he left on the ambulance cart, before he was loaded into the ambulance outside the stadium, and usually they do those air casts is what they call it, when there's fear of fracture or some sort of break in the leg. This, we talked about it during the broadcast as being a knee injury. Apparently there was indication there, at least on the field, that they thought maybe there was a fracture or evidence of a compound fracture or something like that. So it's likely that Tank Dell went immediately into surgery when he got to the hospital there. The team didn't offer any other updates other than ruling him out, obviously, to return to the game today. But it was a beautiful pass, beautiful catch. And don't forget, Tank Dell's season last year also ended prematurely when he broke his leg on a tush-push play where he was blocking last year. So, you know what? Think the good thoughts for Tank Dell and his family over there. We hope everything comes out okay for him on that end of it. Mahomes ended the game 28 of 41 for 260 yards with a touchdown. He rushed for 33 yards on 5 carries. Kareem Hunt added another 55 yards on 11 carries. He had 2 catches for 24 yards. Worthy was the leading receiver with 65 yards on 7 catches with a touchdown. In his Chiefs debut, finally, we get to see Hollywood Brown. He finished with 5 catches for 45 yards, including a 4th down catch that moved the chains on Kansas City's opening touchdown drive. Overall, the Chiefs had 25 first downs, 375 total yards, and were 7 of 13 on 3rd downs as the Texans defense did not play horribly against the Chiefs, but when it mattered the most, the Chiefs were able to make plays. Patrick Mahomes was able to make plays and keep the offense on the field when they needed to. Over on the other side of the field, Stroud ended the game 23 of 39 for 244 yards with 2 touchdowns and then those 2 very costly interceptions with an 8-point win and the Chiefs getting 10 points off of those 2 interceptions. It's a testament to what Stroud needs to clean up on his end of the game, at least against the good teams here. Tank Dell was the leading receiver with 6 catches for 98 yards with a touchdown, while Nico Collins caught 7 passes for 60 yards. On the ground, Joe Mixon finished with 57 yards on 14 carries. So now, what does it all mean? Kansas City's got a 2-game lead over Buffalo for the AFC's number 1 seed with 2 games to go. The Chiefs can now clinch the conference's only bye with a victory in either of the last 2 games or a Bills loss. The Chiefs will be on the road to face the Steelers on Christmas Day. With the loss, the Texans are now 9-6. They've already clinched the AFC South and are in a position to be the conference's number 4 seed. Houston will play Baltimore on Christmas Day. So there's your scenario. There's your AFC. There's your Chiefs win. There's your stats. Enjoy the rest of your football day or enjoy the rest of your Sunday, whenever it is you're listening to this or watching it on our YouTube channel or at fanstreamsports.com. We appreciate you guys. Let me know what you guys think of the win today. At IndyCar Timm on Threads, Blue Sky, and on the X Machine, or on Facebook, Instagram, wherever you can find me. I would love to chat with you. Or the FanStream Sports Studio text line, 214-937-0569. It is available 24/7 for you to comment on whatever you're doing and watching. We will review that all the time for you. Appreciate you tuning in. We will preview Chiefs next game. Until then, boys and girls, we'll see ya.